There's some interesting art imitating life in the G.I. Joe films and the cartoon. The latest movie, Retaliation, the sequel to The Rise of Cobra, features some very small drones, some firefly drones that are the size of large bugs or large beetles flying around that have explosive devices in them and can also see and hear. They have cameras and microphones. And while this might appear to be just something out of a fantasy film, the government actually has tiny firefly-sized drones that could fly into your house and land on the wall, a fly on the wall, that could then see and hear everything that you're doing. And the government also has miniature suicide drones, kamikaze drones, that they can remotely control and crash into a building or a person that will then explode, blowing them to smithereens. In the previous film, G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra, there's also some interesting aspects that aren't that far from the truth. One of which being the exoskeletons that the soldiers are equipped with, that give them superhuman strength and superhuman speed, which is actually something that several companies already have in existence. No, this isn't a scene from G.I. Joe, this is a segment from CNN a few years ago now that showed this exoskeleton super soldier suit being fully functional. There's also a scene where a G.I. Joe member sticks 2 electrodes into the brain of a dead enemy soldier and can then read their mind and pull up their memories on an LCD screen. While this may seem like science fiction, fMRI machines, functional multi-resonant imaging machines, can actually literally read people's minds today and can tell whether you have seen something or heard something. And a woman was even convicted of murder a few years ago in India based off of the evidence from an fMRI scan that determined that she had seen the murder scene with her own eyes, and the machine determined this from reading her brainwaves. The Fifth Amendment protects people against self-incrimination, and that also covers being forced to take lie detector tests or having to submit to an fMRI scan. That is, unless you're a government employee. Certain government jobs require people to take an fMRI scan or a lie detector test, and they just say that doesn't apply to them. But for the most part, at least in today's America, until they completely destroy the Bill of Rights, you are protected against self-incrimination. And not only does that mean answering questions that may be used against you in the court of law, but that also means that you do not have to take a lie detector test or an fMRI scan because it may self-incriminate you. There's even a company called No Lie MRI that offers people fMRI scans if they want to read people's minds. What's also interesting is in the 1980s cartoon, G.I. Joe: A Real American Hero, there was an episode where Cobra Commander, the head bad guy, destroyed the country's currency on purpose to enslave the population so that he could then introduce a new currency, his Cobra currency.
Citizens of the United States, I am pleased to announce Cobra's Economic Recovery Plan. If you want money to buy food for your children, take all your valuables to the nearest branch of Extensive Enterprises. There, all goods will be exchanged for Cobra currency.
Now, why does that sound familiar to me? Oh yes, that's right, because Ben Bernanke and the Federal Reserve and the Council on Foreign Relations, these Illuminati front groups, the billionaire Bilderberg banksters, want to do that and are doing everything they can to destroy the American dollar and have planned for some time now to destroy the American dollar and then implement a new Amero currency with the goal of uniting Canada, the United States, and Mexico into a North American Union, and then issuing the North American currency, the Amero, and then do similar unions around the rest of the world, introducing regional currencies, and then unifying the different regional currencies into a one world currency. Some say it will be called the Phoenix, and then replacing it with a digital currency, the mark of the beast, eliminating all cash and coins from the system so that they can easily monitor, control, or cut off your finances. I'm Mark Dice, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out some of the previous videos, check out the playlists where the videos are broken down into different categories on my YouTube homepage, youtube.com/markdice. Share them with your friends and family, and stay tuned because there's more videos on the way.